Welcome to the Discourse Analyzer AI Toolkit, where articles come alive. You're hearing the audio version of our article. For the full text and an interactive experience, check out the link in the description below. Interact with any section using our AI assistant to enhance your understanding. Let's explore.
Introduction to Pragmatics in Discourse Analysis. The study of pragmatics within the realm of discourse analysis offers a fascinating lens through which to understand the complexities of human communication. Pragmatics, a key subfield of linguistics, explores the nuanced ways in which context influences the interpretation of meaning in language. It goes beyond the literal meaning of words to consider how speakers and listeners use and understand language in social interactions. This introduction aims to shed light on the definition and scope of pragmatics and its critical role in analyzing discourse. 1. Definition of pragmatics. Pragmatics is the branch of linguistics that studies how context affects the interpretation of meaning in language. Unlike semantics, which focuses on the inherent meaning of words and sentences in isolation, pragmatics examines how the meaning changes based on the situation, speaker intention, cultural background, and other factors beyond the words themselves. Pragmatics is concerned with the pragmatic aspect of language, how language is used to achieve specific actions, convey intentions, and negotiate social relationships. Key concepts in pragmatics include speech acts, the actions performed through utterances, such as promising, ordering, greeting, and apologizing. Speech acts theory posits that when people speak, they are not just saying something but are also doing something. Context, the circumstances or background that adds meaning to a communication event. Context includes physical surroundings, cultural norms, speaker and listener relationships, and prior discourse. Implicature, the process by which speakers imply something beyond what is explicitly stated, and listeners infer that additional meaning. For example, saying, "It's cold in here," might imply a request to close a window without directly stating it. Deixis, the use of words, deictic expressions, that require contextual information to be understood. Examples include pronouns, he, she, it, time adverbs, now, then, and place adverbs, here, there. Politeness and face saving, how speakers mitigate face-threatening acts to maintain social harmony and respect interpersonal relationships. This involves strategies to soften requests, criticisms, or apologies. 2. The importance of pragmatics in analyzing discourse. The importance of pragmatics in analyzing discourse cannot be overstated. By focusing on the context-dependent aspects of language use, pragmatics provides invaluable tools for understanding the subtleties of human communication that go beyond the surface meaning of words. This aspect of linguistic analysis is crucial for interpreting, analyzing, and understanding discourse in its fullest sense. Here, we explore several key reasons why pragmatics is essential in discourse analysis. 1. Unveiling implicit meaning. Pragmatics allows researchers and analysts to uncover the layers of meaning that are not explicitly stated but are understood through context. This is critical in discourse analysis, where what is left unsaid, or implied, can be as important as what is openly communicated. By examining pragmatic cues, analysts can decode implied meanings, intentions, and the underlying messages within a discourse. 2. Understanding speaker intent and listener interpretation. Pragmatics bridges the gap between speaker intent and listener interpretation, providing insight into how messages are constructed and understood within specific social and cultural contexts. This understanding is pivotal in analyzing discourse, as it reveals how participants negotiate meaning, how misunderstandings arise, and how conversational goals are achieved or thwarted. 3. Navigating social relationships and power dynamics. Discourse is not just about transferring information, it's also a key medium through which social relationships are negotiated and power dynamics are expressed and contested. Pragmatics helps in analyzing how language is used to establish, maintain, or challenge social hierarchies, to assert authority, or to foster solidarity. Politeness strategies, for example, reflect complex social maneuvering, making their study crucial for understanding the interpersonal stakes of discourse.
4. Analyzing conversational structure and coherence. Pragmatic analysis contributes to understanding how conversations are structured and how coherence is maintained in interactions. This includes the study of turn-taking, topic management, repair mechanisms, and the use of discourse markers. These elements are vital for analyzing how discourse flows and how participants achieve mutual understanding. 5. Contextualizing cultural norms and values. Through pragmatics, discourse analysis can delve into the cultural underpinnings of language use.
This includes exploring how cultural norms and values influence communicative practices, such as the use of honorifics, the expression of politeness, and the management of face. Pragmatics thus provides a lens through which to view discourse as a reflection of broader cultural and societal structures. 6. Facilitating cross-disciplinary insights. The pragmatic approach to discourse analysis fosters cross-disciplinary insights, connecting linguistics with sociology, anthropology, psychology, and communication studies. By emphasizing context, pragmatics encourages a holistic view of language that incorporates insights from these various disciplines, enriching the analysis and understanding of discourse. 3. Overview of the interdisciplinary nature of the field. The field of pragmatics, particularly as it applies to discourse analysis, is inherently interdisciplinary. Its nature allows for a rich cross-pollination of ideas, theories, and methods from various disciplines, underscoring the complexity of human communication and the diverse influences that shape it. This interdisciplinary approach not only enriches our understanding of discourse but also highlights the interconnectedness of language with social, cultural, psychological, and cognitive dimensions of human life.
Below is an overview of how pragmatics interacts with multiple disciplines, illustrating the field's broad reach and interdisciplinary nature.
1. Linguistics and semiotics. At its core, pragmatics is a branch of linguistics, drawing from and contributing to theories of meaning, syntax, phonology, and morphology. However, it extends beyond traditional linguistic boundaries by incorporating semiotics, the study of signs and symbols. This intersection allows pragmatics to explore how meaning is constructed and interpreted through both linguistic and non-linguistic signs, crucial for analyzing multimodal discourse.
2. Sociology and anthropology. Pragmatics deeply engages with sociology and anthropology to understand how language use reflects and shapes social relationships, cultural norms, and identity. This includes studying variations in language use across different social groups, the role of language in establishing social order, and the ways in which language practices reflect cultural values. The ethnography of communication, a research methodology rooted in anthropology, is particularly influential in pragmatic studies, focusing on the cultural context of language use. 3. Philosophy.
The philosophical underpinnings of pragmatics are significant, with foundational contributions from philosophers like Wittgenstein, Austin, and Grice shaping the field. These contributions center on the philosophy of language, exploring themes such as meaning, truth, and the nature of communication.
Philosophy enriches pragmatics by providing deep theoretical frameworks for understanding language as action and the implicit rules governing communicative interactions. 4. Psychology and cognitive science. Pragmatics intersects with psychology and cognitive science in exploring how individuals process and produce language in context.
This includes studies on language acquisition, the cognitive mechanisms underlying implicature and inference, and the mental representations of politeness and social norms. The field of psycholinguistics, which examines how language is understood, produced, and remembered by the mind, is particularly relevant.
5.
Communication studies. Communication studies offer pragmatics a broader perspective on the role of language in media, politics, and organizational settings. This includes analyzing how language is used to persuade, inform, and entertain, as well as how it functions in maintaining or challenging power structures. Pragmatics benefits from communication theories that address the effectiveness of communication strategies and the impact of new media on discourse practices. 6. Computer science and artificial intelligence. With the advent of digital communication and artificial intelligence, Pragmatics is increasingly engaging with computer science to understand and model human language use. This includes natural language processing, NLP, and computational linguistics, where pragmatics informs the development of algorithms capable of interpreting context, recognizing speech acts, and generating human-like responses in chatbots and virtual assistants. Conclusion. The exploration of pragmatics within discourse analysis opens a rich and multifaceted perspective on human communication, revealing the intricate ways in which context shapes and is shaped by language use. By delving into the core principles of pragmatics, such as speech acts, context, implicature, deixis, and politeness strategies, we gain deeper insights into the nuanced interplay between language, intention, and social interaction. This exploration underscores the critical importance of pragmatics in unveiling implicit meanings, understanding speaker intent and listener interpretation, navigating social relationships and power dynamics, and analyzing conversational structure and coherence.
Moreover, the interdisciplinary nature of pragmatics, bridging linguistics, sociology, philosophy, psychology, communication studies, and more, highlights the interconnectedness of language with broader social, cultural, psychological, and cognitive dimensions of life. As we continue to investigate the pragmatic aspects of discourse within this interdisciplinary framework, we not only enrich our understanding of language but also foster a more comprehensive appreciation of the complex dynamics that underlie human communication in an increasingly interconnected and digital world. Frequently asked questions. What is pragmatics in the context of linguistics? Pragmatics is the branch of linguistics that studies how context influences the interpretation of meaning in language, focusing on the practical aspects of language use, beyond the literal meanings of words. How does pragmatics differ from semantics? Unlike semantics, which deals with the inherent meaning of words and structures in isolation, pragmatics examines how meaning changes with context, including speaker intent, social norms, and situational factors. What are key concepts in pragmatics? Key concepts include speech acts, actions performed via utterances, context, background influencing communication, implicature, implied meanings, deixis, context-dependent references, and politeness, strategies to maintain social harmony. Why is pragmatics important in analyzing discourse? Pragmatics is crucial for uncovering implicit meanings, understanding speaker intentions and listener interpretations, navigating social relationships and power dynamics, and analyzing the structure and coherence of conversations.
Can you give an example of implicature in pragmatics? An example of implicature is saying, "It's cold in here," which might imply a request to close a window without directly stating it, depending on the context and shared understanding between the speaker and listener. How does pragmatics help in understanding social relationships through discourse? Pragmatics analyzes how language is used to establish, maintain, or challenge social hierarchies and relationships, focusing on how politeness strategies and speech acts reflect complex social dynamics. What makes pragmatics interdisciplinary? Pragmatics draws from various disciplines, including linguistics, sociology, philosophy, psychology, communication studies, and computer science, to provide a comprehensive understanding of language use and its social, cultural, and cognitive implications. How does the study of pragmatics intersect with computer science? In computer science, especially in natural language processing and artificial intelligence, pragmatics informs the development of algorithms for interpreting context, recognizing speech acts, and generating natural language responses.
What is the role of cultural norms in pragmatics? Cultural norms and values significantly influence communicative practices, such as the use of honorifics and expressions of politeness, which Pragmatics examines to understand how discourse reflects and negotiates societal structures. How does Pragmatics contribute to discourse analysis? Pragmatics enriches discourse analysis by providing tools to delve into the subtleties of communication, revealing how language operates in real-world contexts to convey complex meanings, achieve social actions, and navigate interpersonal relations.